Hey guys, and welcome back to Star Fox Adventures. In the last part, we actually recovered the Spell Stone, and then we also brought it to the point we were supposed to, and as we were leaving, we got told by a giant god to, hey, you should go check out what this dying girl's saying. She's dying, go help her. So now we're gonna do that by going into a hole.
That was perfect timing. So going into a hole. No, that didn't work.
We really actually do need to go to the hole, because here's where we get our next staff upgrade. So, take a guess what kind of power we're gonna get here.
Electricity.
Hole powers.
Fine.
You were close! It's ground.
I think that's the opposite of ground, Yoshi.
If anything causes rumbling, it's thin sticks.
So, Groundquake, what this move allows us to do is basically it gives us a cool, well, Fox takes a bath, but also it gives us a shockwave attack. We're gonna need it for the oncoming enemies because that's literally the only thing that'll work for them for combat. And in the long run, I don't really like the move all that much. It's just kind of like you gotta use it because they're telling you. So this guy right here. We have to use our Groundquake, because that'll make him spin around and then you can hit him in the back.
This guy already.
It's because I don't know the names to most of the enemies in Star Fox because they don't say them, or they're not labeled. Like, I know Sharpclaw, and I know, like, certain tribe stuff, but the Moon Crater Man, I suppose? You have to kill them because they drop moon seeds. Because we're in outer space, and because this is a dinosaur planet, what we actually have to do is we have to plant these moon seeds, and we have to set them on fire. Because that's how they grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Light that shit.
And of course, Prince Tricky decides to set Mount Craterman on fire, and I'm like, please, come over here.
Fox, I'm a hero.
I need you to get over here, you little shitbag. So now that he set the seed on fire, it grows.
Ugh.
I'm fine with that.
It grew in a very gross way.
Well, I hope you get used to that, because we're going to be doing quite a lot of this.
It feels like a hair hyperextending out of my chest or something.
And taking your intestine with it.
Yeah.
That's not quite what I thought you were ever going to say, Jacob, but then again, I never really know what you're going to say.
So what dinosaur is this based off of?
The snake-armed frogman.
With the arms in the air that don't care, I'm gonna guess chameleonaire.
You're probably right. Even though well, here's the thing, the only chameleonaire I know of is the rapper from a million years ago.
You think there's a real chameleonaire?
No.
There's a lizard out there with all the money.
I want to give people false hopes and dreams, is the idea.
I really hate that animation. I'm really glad we're gonna get to see it a whole bunch.
Then you'll learn to love it.
Yeah, because I got some news for you, Jacob. Foxman's Cloud is able to explode by accident
Yeah?
because of the bomb seeds that were right next to him.
Ah, he's fine.
So I hope you guys like this enemy, because we're going to be fighting a lot of them.
I don't, actually. I think he's stupid.
And you'll learn to love him.
I can't learn to love everything, Thorn.
Given enough time, you will get used to anything.
Listen, I can get used to this slight pain in my toe I've had for a few years, but I can't get used to that guy or the weird hair plant.
What's wrong with your toe, Jacob?
It hurts sometimes from like 4 years of retail.
You know what? I totally empathize and I totally understand.
There you go. There's always like a hole in my shoe that is created by this toe. I think I'm just walking wrong.
I'm really glad you said holding your shoe and not holding your foot, because I was going to say, alright, Jacob, well, first of all.
There's a hole in his heart.
The hole in my soul that we fill with dope.
That makes him walk weird.
So, can you believe that I planted all of that, and then it turns out that's just the exit, so we actually have to go further ahead?
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
sure sounds like Star Fox Adventures.
Well, partially that's my fault. I'm actually not gonna knock the game this time. That was actually totally my bad because I didn't know. And
Slappy, slappy, slappy.
I don't think it's a secret that I've admitted that I did not replay this game at all when I recorded it. Because I'm pretty sure that if I actually did that, I don't know if I actually would have had the energy to go back and do it again willingly.
I think we live in an age after practice runs.
We also live in an age where I have a job and I have shit to do in the morning, so... Welcome to Star Fox.
Between parts, your opinion on this game has dropped from this is a game on a disc to this is a bit of a shit game on a disc.
Alright, my opinion went from this is a game on a disc to this is a game that I'm tolerating.
Really?
I don't hate it, but it's getting there. I know some look, I'll just address it now. I know there are people who, you know, they grew up with this game, it was great, it was their first adventure anything before playing a Zelda game or something, like, I get that. And in that aspect, I can totally see why, because there are some things, that I've said 1,000 times, that are really cool about Star Fox Adventures, but those are so few and far in between. A lot of it just feels very archaic, like I have to use a specific move to kill this one guy that we've already seen about 20 times now. So that way we can get further into a dungeon that just kind of feels like a mishmash of plant thing here, exploded here, go further.
You know what the greatest crime of this guy is? The animation after you do that move is just long enough that you can't hit that guy on his first rotation.
So, we're gonna have to use both of our seeds here. For a while I was actually trying to accidentally grow a seed there, which would have just made the crack in the wall, like, block it, but it wouldn't have grown anyway. Also, I can't seem to aim there we go.
Alright.
So by this point, I just start walking past him.
Good. Fuck him. Oh shit.
End of the earth.
Look out!
Unfortunately, Fox McCloud is sad that the comet wasn't big enough to destroy all the dinosaurs, and now we have to solve a puzzle.
How do we make another comet land?
This is a really good looking game, dude. Like, you cannot knock this game graphically. It is very, very good for the GameCube.
Oh yeah, for the GameCube, the game looks graphically wonderful. Rare did a good job with that. It's just, you know, with everything else, retread of backstory and rewatch parts 1 through 5.
Yeah. The sound design is still some of the most hilarious shit I've ever seen. With all these, like, very, very common stock sound effects that I keep hearing. Like a few minutes ago, that flying pterodactyl thing just did that kind of that I've heard in, like, every Cartoon Network show when I was a kid.
I know I've heard it in Ed, Edd n Eddy for sure. So, the puzzle here is that we actually have to take pieces of the comet that crashed and plug up the steam holes that are in the center path there, because we're going to plug the holes up and push the big rock high enough so that way we can get through it.
That is an uncomfortable grunt.
Fine, I'll take this bug.
Don't ask me how a piece of the meteorite got under here, but we have it now.
You've actually been in a coma for 100 years.
You have to use the correct one. Well, way to go, Fox. That's not what I wanted to do. But you actually have to plug the rocks in the correct pits, because if you don't, then you won't get anything. I'm trying to maneuver my way around this thing because I know if it touches me, the thing's gonna explode.
Like that.
Like that. Eventually, we actually get to put the comet right here. You'll know it's the right one because the music will go, wow!
Food! Even Trick is like, what are you doing?
Fox is having a pretty frustrating day.
That would not have been as funny if there wasn't like a good 5-second silence in the commentary. Bink!
Like, the game is funny on its own, that's why sometimes I don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's a little difficult to say, alright, go here and kill the next moon crater man.
Sometimes it's difficult to give the kill order. Nah, why are you in my house?
I love it.
I love my job, says Fox McCloud.
Alright, Tricky, burn that.
With your body. Actually, just roll over it. That'll help. So we actually have to use our freeze for that, and then we plug up the last hole. And yeah, sure, that looks safe.
Great, now to walk under it.
Crush.
Game over. Crystal dies. This fucking sound, I'm never gonna get over this sound effect.
I hate how it just shows up like... like, this is a very small arena, and Fox automatically focuses on something when he has the staff out. So if I was trying to, like, hit that thing, he would have automatically went to the Moon Man instead.
There's something near.
Thanks.
And what is near tree?
There's stuff in my ear.
I don't think you have ears.
It's called your head, stupid.
Oh!
I stunk with beer.
I'm drunk with fear.
So,
Metal Gear. Okay.
I didn't have any, so I was just focusing on commentary. Okay, so, we're actually getting closer to where, Crystal's distress signal of quotes was, or at least where the god Krizoa was trying to let us know where to go.
Flame.
We just actually have to finish scaling this cliff over here. Sometimes it makes me wonder, again, I know this game was rushed, but like, were they really proud of some of their animations where it's like, you're gonna watch it again? And I say, yes, that's why Fox McCloud picks up something, and it's always like a big victory when he does.
Sounds like when I do something. Like, yeah, you're gonna fucking watch me do this, because I need validation. The animation guy was probably the same way.
Yeah, you're gonna watch me shit really well. You'll never forget it.
But that time the bat left me alone. And unfortunately it was not worth it because it was one of those cheat token wells. But I did get another fuel cell, so it was partially worth it.
Fall in head first, Fox.
You know, honestly, I think I will. Just this time.
This is what I do.
One thing about this game, for sure, I never worry about my health, mainly because I have the Baphomet, the little rabbit that gives you a full res, and also because I always seemingly come across the puck eggs that I need, like right when I'm about to like die or I'm just near, or I'm completely aware that I'm near like one of these shrine areas.
Ooh, this place looks familiar.
Yeah, and Fox takes one look and he says, I hate it.
I'm gonna tear it down and build a mall.
But I'm not gonna invite any of the dinosaurs in it. So that was cool. So you just kind of get hit. I'm assuming you're supposed to like pause or something, but I just kind of went for it.
Ow.
So here we are back at the Krizoa Palace. Fox does not know that just yet. Pretty sure. And so we just have to do a little tiny bit of puzzle solving.
Watch out for that Portuguese man of war.
Falling down there was not actually the solution, but it did help me see the actual solution up there.
Oh. The classic fucking puzzle is find button puzzle.
Yep. Can you guess what Star Fox Adventure's favorite type of puzzle is, Jacob, now that you mentioned them?
The find button is puzzle.
Yeah, Jacob, did you design this game yourself? Because, wow.
Yes, that's why the sound effects are so shit.
I think you mean good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I really cannot get over how much I love the cheap sound in this game.
It is charming to an extent. One eventually later, after falling repeatedly, I finally am able to cross here.
Oh, I hate shit like this. The only way that could be worse is if it was a bottomless pit. Well, that didn't work.
Damn it, my strategy failed. No, we actually have to hit another one of these switches. So now comes our next big trial, actually, but this time we're going to be doing it as Fox.
Hey, stupid!
So this is the test of combat. You fight.
I don't speak text.
Can you talk in that dino language that's really cool? So, I speed this up because, we fought these enemies 6 million times. I also regret that I accidentally messed up with Blaster there, and I should have switched to Freeze. Would have made some of these encounters a little easier, but then again, these guys aren't necessarily hard to fight. Because you're in a trial, they don't actually spit out health. Oh, wait, never mind. They do spit out health. Never mind, there's no challenge here whatsoever. Spamming the A button is basically your best friend. I was under the impression for a moment that you didn't get health, but you do.
Man, this game has such deep combat.
Press the button a lot. Oh. What the fuck?
Oh! I like yours better.
And, much like with Crystal...
I could see everything. Yeah!
Yeah! Possession's rad!
Falco don't know what the fuck is missing.
I've doped out on perp.
I've doped out on God.
I made bad choices, and I'm religious. Hand in hand.
Don't do drugs, do Jesus.
Well, it's kicking in already, okay.
I thought the text said, you have a problem. We love you, Fox, don't.
No, I don't. I can quit anytime I want.
I can't believe you fell for the old listen to a dying girl and then go to a shrine and get possessed by a ghost maneuver. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
So, now that we actually have a Krazoa spirit, this is our second one, but we actually have to go back to the palace and actually dump it. Fox, at the moment, has been told, hey, I have to go here to maybe save this girl that I don't know anything about, but because he's a good boy, and he's gonna actually go do it, while ignoring these guys.
She's a girl. The only girl I've met in the last 20 years is Cat.
So we have to be very careful with this explosive barrel here. That's not how you do that.
That wasn't careful, Yoshi.
No, it was not. But that's cool. We're gonna try again. We're gonna do it the cool guy way. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use these wind currents and to actually throw the explosive barrel from that platform to another one, or you can just straight up fall. So let's try that again. My intention was to actually just do it in one throw, so that way I can get it to that platform.
What the fuck?
That wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm gonna roll with it. So we're gonna take the explosive barrel. I had attempts where the barrel literally was floating in midair in the background. Mission accomplished, says Fox McCloud. I could have waited, but no. Why would I do that?
Everything about that puzzle was hilarious. From the fucking glitching out of the barrel, to you eating the explosion for dinner, to the little hop you do afterwards. I loved it.
Nobody ever quakes my back anymore.
We gotta go to our old friend the Spellstone here, because he's the only guy who can take us to the Krazoa Palace.
Crunch.
I wish.
Nobody saves the princess anymore.
And Fox McCloud starts spiraling through 17 galaxies.
Whoa.
Fox finally starts feeling the effects of what he's done.
Just wait for the reveal shot where he's been in the R-Wing the whole time.
Floating in space, his engines are dead.
Yeah.
Okay, Tricky. Let's find out where we can release the spirit. Tricky? Tricky!
He hasn't been here for a while, has he?
Cut to him falling into the abyss.
No, he's been with us for a while. It's just hard to see.
I can still hear you, Fox.
Shit.
I fucking hate Tricky.
What a prick.
What was that? I fucking hate Tricky.
Okay.
Thanks for being honest.
You're such a good guy, Fox.
I want to grow up to be just like you, Fox.
Hate kids, but truthful.
I'm gonna tell my mom that I started drinking drugs because of Star Fox.
Started drinking.
My eyes are gonna glow purple too.
I mean, there's caffeine and alcohol.
Alright. So, as the Spellstone said, dinosaurs cannot come with you to Krazoa Palace for some reason, so there are no tricky puzzles that we need to solve. We just have regular puzzles that we have to solve.
Ooh.
And for the most part, they're going to involve all of Fox's staff abilities, including explosive barrels. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually using one of the fireflies that I still have in my lantern, and I'm actually just kind of feeling around for the place, because this is an extraordinarily dark area. I ran out of the firefly, but what you can do is actually use your staff. Use the shield button to kind of illuminate your path a little bit.
That's obnoxious.
Yeah, it's a little obnoxious, but I kind of like the puzzle, because it's not like, hey, asshole, just grab an explosive and put it over here. Like, you actually have to know which path you're going. By the way, this puzzle is grab a barrel and put it over here, asshole. I did that, so that way I can actually figure out which direction I'm going to be heading towards, because we have to grab this explosive barrel, and it's on a timer.
Thinking about it, this is a Zelda thing, like with bomb flowers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not this dumb, though.
Like, all of this could have been avoided if Fox had his own C4 or some sort of explosive device or something. Oh, God. His left ear decided to twitch in excitement, and we're gonna keep going forward.
Did you try to make him be a cool guy and not look at the explosion?
Partially, but I don't know if that was intentional. So what we have to do is hit that switch, because if we go if we walk through this path and miss the switch and go with the explosive barrel, it's gonna explode in our hands. This moves the fire.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I couldn't tell from where you were standing.
So in this room, we have this turret that's guarded. Well, it's a flamethrower that's guarded by a shield, and there's a switch here.
God damn.
We're gonna have to find a way to get around this.
This game is really funny.
When you approach the flamethrower here, if you get close enough, it just starts lighting you up. So what we have to do is do the whole matching the torch with the orbs. You know, if we can aim it just right. There we go. So that deactivates the barrier. And it's actually free for attack. It took me a while to realize I can just shoot it. What I was trying to do was going into the back to get an explosive barrel and hitting it, but because of the fire, it would just explode in my hand. And I don't know why it took a while for me to click to be like, why don't you just use your fire thing?
It seemed too easy.
I thought, yeah, it was kind of like that too, where I'm like, if it shoots fire, if I use fire on it, it probably won't do anything. Oh, it did something. But we still need to go back for a barrel anyway, so that way we can weigh the switch down. And if that wasn't challenge enough, we have these guys.
Break his jaw, why don't you?
We broke more than that.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
I want your jaw to be dust.
Slowly. You know, just by Fox's movements alone, he's very much done with this adventure.
Yeah, I could tell. He was done with this adventure before he started it.
He was done when he was told by General Pepper, a dinosaur planet now. Dinosaur planet needs your help.
Whee! Well, that's the dumbest thing you've ever paid me for.
Yeah, I didn't know those things spun normally. I don't think I've seen them do it, so I just thought that guy was having fun.
Nah, they all do that.
I'm bored. My head is air.
So we speed it up a little because that other wind current obviously wasn't enough for you to go up. This is the one that makes you go up.
That upward wind current makes you go down.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Fox McCloud. I didn't edit this.
Wow, dying girls are my thing now.
I think I got a kink.
I had a joke prepared too, but that saxophone topped anything I was gonna fucking say.
If possible, I want to fade in official Nintendo product.
She's trying to kiss me.
What am I doing?
What are you doing, Fox? Release
I wonder what the boardroom meeting for this scene was. All right, so our ghost-possessed Fox McCloud gets a boner for the first time in his life,
He
right?
comes back. It's like every time he looks back.
Never mind the fact that he took the time to oogle at her before he released a stupid thing that's gonna save her life.
Need I remind you, she's dying. I know.
She's also hot!
Her beauty is so fleeting.
The next day you encounter somebody in a hospital bed, you know, they're just like going
Just
through a
play the
surgery.
sax at him.
Ghost boner energy!
Ooh, I feel it.
I miss this so much. I feel like something has been missing out of my life since the last time we recorded this.
I'm irresponsible.
And with Fox getting his first ever ghost ejaculation, he gets consumed by the statue.
All right, asphyxiation and vor. We're 2 for 3.
Oh my god. And he just winds up there?
He teleports because the Krazoa Palace decided to eject him.
God's mouth ends up in me ass.
Check the signposts for directions.
Okay, big fella.
This is
Good to
the
see you
best
doing your
game ever
job and
made.
helping out.
You cheeky little boy.
I've been lying to you boys this whole time. I was really gonna sidewind you with part 6.
Keeping this back for you. Ready for when you
Oh, by the way, here's a fucking bigger wallet that I've been holding on to the whole time.
What are you doing? Pick it up. Money, money.
Now we can hold more bugs in our little bug pouch.
Come back when you need me. Slippy.
What are you closer right there? Come back when you need me.
The world
No.
Check the detail readout, Fox. I think it might help you.
So, the next thing we have to do is actually head to the
Doing
beach
good.
at Cape Claw.
Be out.
I thought you were gonna say Cape Claude.
And we're gonna have Prince Tricky here so that way I can hit him later. So this, what you're seeing right now, is actually my original footage for when I got to this scene. For whatever reason, the audio didn't actually play. So this is my actual recording. What you saw earlier was also my footage, but I spliced in the actual voice lines. I hope I did a good enough job to sell the scene correctly.
So he's just hearing everything in his head.
I didn't notice, so
He really was tripping out.
I don't know why it happened. That's never happened to me when I played this game. And when I got to that scene, like, no dialogue was playing, but the music and the weather effects were.
oh.
Rare's decided, like, yeah, Fox is gonna be totally into Crystal, and we're gonna make it the most best and awkward thing ever. And now, we're on a quest to not only get all the spell stones to put all the planet back together, but we also have to collect the rest of the Krazoa spirits, so that way we can free Crystal from her crystal.
Oh my god.
Well, Thorin, why did you spoil the final boss fight music? Like
The final boss. What is it? The priest of Fox and Crystal's wedding?
Yes.
Ah, shit.
I mean, well, look where the franchise went.
So yeah, it has its charm. It certainly has a charm that has never been appeared in any other Star Fox game. So I can see the appeal. I know why people like it. It's fine. But for me, there's better Star Fox games.
I feel like I'd be enjoying this game 75% less if I was actually playing it. Watching it, I can't remember the last time I've had so much fun.
Suffer.
Well, I hope you're ready for the next oncoming parts, though, because, oh man, Tricky's got a good one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, guess we're gonna have to find out in the next episode.
You're listening to Ghost Possession Boner 906.1, and that was our transition to the next part.
That's the sitcom transition music. But my mom's in the hospital.
Uncle Tim, he's a...
Oh, don't say that. That's the name of my actual
That's my actual. Hey, that's my actual Uncle Tim. Oh god.
What were you gonna say?
I mean, that topped anything that I was gonna say. It was just a follow-up joke, but that was even better. Oh god. Oh, I love Star Fox.